up or boy juma den super okwa phone ho akade bia no bema obi ama bibia akoyie kama etimi dia ma onwumeku ene na nwumre wo mo ebo machi do masan so asomia sene ye do masiye pa na ansa na no ye nhwensem no de edimu akotene bi enei His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oni mpanyifo ekukuda na na hia ye twetwe nkomo ni nyina no eya na montu o mo hwe enu so mbefa etu aboa akon etie ye galamse a emene o man Ghana no na enum nkyeremu ene anwumre no wo betie wo kase no emu ensem foforo mo no so eye na akọ yi ono so akasa wo kyeremu se street lights ahodo a hons edi sensem a omu pe bi wo kasra ne importemu no wo mu hia sika no so mo be se 10 million Ghana cedis eno metimi e dia sie no ahyehye nkane no kama eni onam akwantempon ne so no se bebia ekoyie eno ho nsem so betie wo kase no emu ensem foforo mo eye dwedie eye grid co mo so akasa mo kye se ya akosombo nkokọ transmission line no wo mo ba be suspend o mo ba be expand aye adwuma ne niema wo saa bia ye honom ne nti no o mo adwuma die ne niema hodo o mo ye no wo mo ebe shut ne down kaka ni nyina no se be adwuma no betimi akoso no enti na o mo de sansem no aba eno so mo nkyemu no me de be bo enne anwumre yebebo ewra enigidie ensem na obibini wono so aba be kasa na wo bo eye music industry na chi wo che se o madwuma mo ye na nkoye ntwa ye kra sanso no nim so obo adwuma pa na nso no engosi aga award de award ba kokra onye bi kra fa nkosi ne dem eno so nsem no obetie e wo kase ne so nsem afoforo binom eka we ho ni nyina na e don hwere ba ko entemu a mede mu nkyeremu ne amane bo no bre mo kenkanfo e na anwumre Afia Fosuah Oduahoma Sresrebidi from Afia Mebasisia. Usami sanda semu akwa babie mfambra enwumre no nsia kase ne so me hyensem na se dia mawa yenko ye Ghana mampani na kache ne dwe woni mpanyifo akukudam ehia ne nyina no no mo toato adwen sanse tikuru wo hwe enkwa agina e na nyansa so wo hwe no enya de wo bakofo trimo nti oni nkofo bebre na ne hia ya ne nyina nkomotwetwe no ye galamse efom agudie to enamra kwan so a ese obo ade ne pod adom ye yensa ase enkwaye mfudie ni nsuanso ahodo nyina no wo mo hwe animu ede ne megu akwema hwe ne ma ahodo mo ya eto no betimi abrase na num na Ghana mampani ejina simpie ni apaso kasa ya wo kyerem se sene o matena se akwa no baba yensem no enya ade ba akopa ye ne neja to ne mum ne ye kwaye ni mu no ewuma o besan ye hia na hyehye ni dwumedie wo so mo ye no wo metimi ani nyina no se be betimi ekwati agalamse no eno ho anamonto ne nedwe wonum etu.
The issues of illegal mining are dear to your hearts and to the hearts of every Ghanaian. And that's why we decided that from time to time we'll hold this dialogue. This is not going to be the last. We'll hold this dialogue to update you on the progress that we're making in the fight against illegal mining.
Yeguswa wasa nkomo twetwe ne dwumedie ne due ekoso no na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kasaye ni mpanyifo ekukuda mamusuko pie mo dwumedie na se no ebi nso kasaye na soafo a ono hwe yensa ase ye kwaye ne obade ne podi adom yon monyamfo eye Emmanuel Kofi Amabo ono nso gina apaso kasa bebre na enum na oche se ene due a omo ede ntubesi omo kokko ehwe nim so metimi akwati agalamse no ye dan echi ne yebu nkompo kohwe eye enkane mampani na nadoda nkwakufu ado abanya obebu ye mfinhia wotwe na wono entimi anye niema na esese wo ye wanfa nhihye na ngu akwam ye nam so amenei galamse no emene ye nanum na oche se wonom kura ye chi omo a na omutu efo begudie na na ewo se yetimi mamra ne ni omo ye adwuma no emu be so hamu ebu pen 9 pe na sa asotwe no etime komo mo nchiremu ni nsema foforo bi onmonyafo amaboa wode ka ho no yento aso enfama.
And yet, ladies and gentlemen, law enforcement was weak. Slow investigation. This data should tell you that in 2024, 2023, total arrests, 35 prosecution. Should give you a picture, 4%. I think that we'll talk deeply about identifying the root causes. Why are we here? How did we get here? It was obvious that most of the people in all these areas did not understand the implications of this damage, the implications of the destruction of our water bodies and our forest reserve, our very lives, the foundation of how to survive. There was also clearly weak enforcement of mining regulation. The real problem was also with the regulators, the Minerals Commission and the EPA. I must be the first to say it.
Eusiayen to ansem ne so enfa ema wo na kasa twetwem ni afi nkomodie mu no eye MD de magana water no so kopie mu ase a ye friend say Mutawu Kuli Adam wono eno no kasa ya ogina ne nan so anisem o kanyina ne se wo hwe nhihye ni dwumadi a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne na pamfo di gu akwam a enkodru mpempen so adaachi ankwa mabi no ye be kransuo e de free obi eman so.
If we don't fight, it will get worse. We won't have water to drink. But we look at the measures that government is putting now. I think with consistency and continuous, we can achieve. It won't get to that level. Yeah. Consistent fighting, continuous. I don't think we'll get to that level. It's when the president says that there is, let's leave it. But the president is determined to fight in it. And that is why we are all here. So that we know the direction we are. And I've had collaboration with the Ministry of Lands. As I said, I'm here to meet them to share the data we have.
Ebusiaya twaso na EPA penyin so ekopie anu aye Professor Nanama Brown ono so kasaya wo kire mu se empanyifo ngu so amfa niema ne hihye engu akwam wo se ono de eba na fom agudie tro a enhyeda aha no se ye konsase so ne ho nkro no ba etimi akwakotu efom agudie no ndie wo susu dwen senkebe ya eye state of emergency no nka His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on declare sebe ya sene enkofo binumu kansa sene funtumu no sanse bebre na anye no omra kwan so moye no sene omopa omondwen inchinima air bounty nkebe ya state of emergency no ke hu behia ye pa.
At the very beginning, when I started speaking on illegal mining activities, I also advocated for call of a state of emergency, but for water bodies. For the land, obviously we have the gold in the soil. We have to mine them and then reclaim the land. I have no problem with mining, but it has to be legal. And somebody will tell you that the difference between legal and illegal is just the permits, the licenses to operate. So they're both legal and illegal. They degrade the land anyway. But mining in water bodies is illegal. That's nobody permits mining in our water bodies. So that one, if we have to declare state of emergency on our water bodies, I support that. But not generally on mining, because it will thus affect our economy, which of course we depend so much on gold at the moment for our economy. So mining on the land, I have no problem. But the river body mining, our water bodies, is where I will put my emphasis on. That if we have to declare a state of emergency, so it should be on our water bodies.
Eusiayen free sa jumedie na se ene embo ransem foforo me na enwume ntimi fama odia enche bia eno nmunyam for Sam na te George Ningo pram ra shebedwani a wono anso share ye nkita odie ni abefo kwan so hwema niema timikika bom si ani no wode betu udwa se ne multi choice omo sikasem ne hyehyeye bi omo ne Ghana ye kono nya de se betimi abo ebe ya enka omobo no mo enten fambra from any omoko back and forth sene broni beka no ekwa wiase no na che se ye sikaseme wo se omode to so no wo mo yanti ase a entete so ne niema ne akade bebre na omode gu akwam aye hihye ya ma bibia no etimi ekọ nanimo na bra omuhia ya eni omode report ahodo no timi tutu dwa ne afi ho nkro no banyina no ebede adwa se ye dom kuma omo mra hye bedwafie no wo mo ne onmunyafo sam na ate George enko ben kro mu nti omode anom kanyina nse be ya yempia papa ne ti confirm free san se adwuma ne hihye wo se wo ye no enye no na wo ye adwam na okase dom kase omo mra hye bedwafie so aba be kasa ensem omo kanyina na ye futuro omode kwa matememufo senke be ya dom kuma ne nsem omo ka senke be ya onmunyafo sam na ate George ye hwan ne to ase akonya no obi ambo ntungu baby sanse papa na adwuma na oye hihye ne wedi su pepepe ne wa ya aboa ama wono ma na eka no bu omo nkum sanse o mehwe DSTV ne ho nkro no ba sika ne soso ne Go TV no wetimi ate so aba no enka ne kwan so anu nchemu ne nto aso no eni
recognize the minorities' concerns. We have emphatically disagreed with their position and their call for the removal of the minister responsible for communication. This is premised on the fact that the goal of protecting Kenyan consumers must always be the driving force behind parliamentary activities. In their statement, Honorable Ore sought to create the impression that there are serious irregularities with the arrangement the minister reached with multi-choice. The majority wishes to place on record that these assertions are wholly unfounded and do not reflect the facts on the ground. There is nothing irregular about the minister's engagement with multi-choice, and there is absolutely no justification for the call on the minister to resign. The minister has acted within his mandate and continues to provide the needed leadership to stabilize and guide the sector.
Ebusia wasa nkomotwetwe enim ni dwumadie na sia ena opanyi okasa ye Sulemana Adam no so ka dom kese no eho ne nsem okanyina no na kyese omo anka nipa sisia no sene ebimo ebu ni kumfo ne omo kan nsem bia nsem fata no kyese da bi eno so nya ade a etimi ekoyie kra sanse broni anase potokase beka say emotional intelligence no enya de so omode tutu na akwam sene ese na efata mu nsem no so no so odi tudwa kire mu sei.
On the question of Canal Plus taking over DSTV and the fact that, well, we know, Canal Plus has acquired a majority share in DSTV, but it doesn't make multi-choice or DSTV redundant. They are still active, and they are still the players that we need to engage now. So, in fact, these issues, as you are with you were with us at the ministry, I think the minister clarified this issue very clearly. And then there was the question about the price. The minister lacking emotional intelligence. He's the minister for communication. He's the chief officer as far as the communication sector is concerned. All the mobile network operators, apart from Telecel, they are supposed to be they are private. Most of the actors in the sector are in the private sector. Most of the actors are in the private sector. So the minister has the right, he's got the law behind him, to be the one to announce, because after all the technical staff, they've put everything together, he's the right to come out. And remember that the technical committee that met before the minister came to announce these prices did not only comprise of politicians, it also comprised of technical people in the ministry.
Egusu ejina sa ensem ni mo no nmanyafo Sulemana Adam Kasayo Science HM so nmanyafo Sam George eye DSTV ni Go TV omo hye multi choice ase dwumedie ni hye ni omo eye ya omakasa enya ho ntiase amasisi abibia no timi koye no sebio enadwuma ena wono eye sebe agana fo binum komu bedwo omo na de omo ye bia betimi akoye na sikasem so enkoma ahoche bebre na ntimi mba no sanse obi apese ohwe nani so ade na mekwohwe mani so ade na sikakaka seidie wabone homoden wo sa akwan ne so a waye ama bibia no etimi akoye na sedie na hyede se ohwe ema gana fo nyina no ekomutimi adwo wo mo emu nhyemu no so eni
question is about the involvement of the committee in the whole matter. Committees of Parliament are not micromanagers. We don't just jump into activities of the ministries, departments, and agencies. We allow them to play out. It is only when we see that there was a need, deadlock, that's when you come in. In the initial stages, we got in touch with the ministry. They stated their position. The committee also got in touch with multi-choice. A meeting was actually slated to be held. And then something else cropped up. The minister gave us assurances that they will come back to us. Then they reached an agreement. We were sure the agreement was an agreement between the two sides because in the particular meeting that announced this bouquet, the multi-choice and co were there. So parliamentary committees are not managers of the agencies. We offer oversight, and we think that this is the right time to offer that oversight. Then, yes, we are in agreement with the reductions being sought by the minister, and that we believe that it's valuable for, so we support the reduction. We envisage that early next week, this meeting should come on between the ministry, the committee, and multi-choice. Remember, it's not just about safeguarding the interest of consumers. We also need to safeguard the interest of businesses doing business in Ghana, and it's the reason why it's critical.
Ora Sulemana Adama odene sembe ye no ne semo san so ketwa to nyina ne senke be ya Ghana fo nyina no wo mo njina eye onmunya for Sam na te George echi san se wono de adwuma no waye a waboa amasa aka no metimi atete so e de aba fom ti se ne donkuma na ehwe animu se papa ye be pam ne de free ni di bre no esan omonum susu se ne nsem bi oba montene be kan wanka se ye ne ho nkro no ba no wo che se omombo ntungu baby san sa so ye hwe yinkita hodie ho nsem ne afen so womoton krama ne mayesu yenye bitie no aye onmunya for Sam na te George hwe no da no no woyo owoniema bebre ne nepa bebre a wode ba nti bebre na enfa omani nto so no monum sio enchen ope sanse enche bia no niema hodu a wahihye nyina no wode beba betum amobia no etinye hu.
The call on Honorable Sam George to resign is unfounded. For the records, a whole president put his presidency online to fight Galamsey. He failed, but he did not resign. A minister of state said he was not thinking right in procuring vaccines. He did not resign. The former minister for communication signed opaque deals. Kenny GVG, Smart Infraco, Ascent Ghana, and the rest. He never resigned. Nobody called on him to resign. How do you call on a minister who has achieved such in just a little over 8 months to resign? We call on Ghanaians to disregard the call on the minister to resign and rally behind him in his attempt to look for better deals in the communication space. Thank you very much for your attention.
Ebusiaye to ansem ne so etimi ediama na ya Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayini ono so akasa ne nsem okanyina no wo to ediama na ya Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Ntwibo Esiakwa adodo na friend se chairman untumi adehye be kaye nche bia no no so nsem e baaye ena mefom agudie to a omo eche se wono akasa ewe mining site bia nkofo binum hye ne na situ efom agudie a ya akonta mine no ene yoko for kra be fa ne toto na no ne ho nkro no ba e ma ne be oboko fie sisi am no kase mpanyifo asan so abekasa omo che se October bosum ya ne de to so nsia ye adwa de da ye nimu ano wo mo hwe enum se ye Bernard Ntwibo Esiakon on be ba mpanyifo anim na che se nkomo twetwe mu no asotwe se fata ne etimi e de ama no san se 5 count omo de ma na emre mu no ensem fata Galamsey no ho e bata ho no omayo mu hwehwe mu awie no mu no munyafo Dominic Ayini che se wa mba ho ye adwada October bosum ne de to so nsia na ene omo ankasa beto ache no na de mra ne da no metimi e de ato.
Most of the judges have been granting them bail. So I remember the point that was made by Colonel Boa. When we arrested 9 people in Kumasi, he called me and I told him that immediately place them before the court and then asked for them to be detained so that we do our investigation. When they appeared before the court, Your Excellency, they were granted bail. Okay? Then they went back. He was very good in monitoring them. They went back into the forest. So I told him that even despite the fact that they've been granted bail, because they have gone back into the forest, they've committed a new offense. I asked him to arrest them, but to bring them to Accra, instead of placing them before a court in Kumasi. And I'm dealing with them now. They are in detention. We will not release them. We will make sure that even if the High Court says we should grant them bail, we'll go to Court of Appeal and go to the Supreme Court to ensure that we hold them until the dockets are prepared, and then we send them to court. Currently, we have initiated prosecutions in 65 dockets. And Mr. President, there's a difference. When we say 65 dockets, it is not 65 individual persons who are being prosecuted. Some of them are more than 10. In fact, there is one case in the Western North. There are 28 minors that are involved in that prosecution. So the 65 dockets, by my calculation, contains about 600 persons that are illegal minors that are being prosecuted. And I'm happy to announce that in 2002, the police conducted very diligent investigations in respect of Akonta mining. But the docket was hidden until we came to power. In fact, when we came to power and I started the investigation with the the Lands and Natural Resources Minister and the Forestry Commission, we were finding it difficult to get information. Subsequently, the police themselves owned up and presented the docket to my office 2 months ago. So as we speak, the charges against Chairman Wuntumi, Akonta Mining, and 5 others have been signed as I speak. Currently, we are waiting for him to be read his right to remain silent, etc. Before we've asked that he should be brought from, Kumasi. His lawyers asked that he should be brought on Tuesday, but I'm insisting that he should be here on Monday. If he doesn't come on Monday, I'm going to order for his arrest so that he'll be brought to Accra. His rights will be read to him, and then we can start the prosecution. We have also put in place certain measures to ensure that the prosecution goes faster than normal. We have approached the Chief Justice, who has agreed to assign specialized courts for the prosecution of illegal mining cases. And I have laid before Cabinet on Tuesday. Cabinet will meet and approve the Public Tribunal's bill, which will go to Parliament on a certificate of agency. And if by December the tribunals are in place, most of the circuit tribunals will be given exclusive jurisdiction to deal with mining cases.
Saying General for Dr. Dominic Kayini, Attorney General, and Semi Suena, yet on credit Canberra, Sisia Yeba, yet was one.
Fraba just wonio yanom eshenya en use fuel when so yensesa oil ne wohia ene ni key eshenya egumechi nyina eye lip moto Giomi anase nami eyemu bia won sabeka wo KFM Limited e wo Ghana ha lip moto abefo cars abi yanom emwedene sanso efe wa hwe interiors here. Here me Timothy and your friend on lip motor. There were 3 modes of driving. Obet me a switch it, so open temwa, obey the sports mode. So person will save you battery, obet me is economy mode. That's a woman pentem now open normal riding so your friend is standard. Who charge your battery within 6 hours. A bet to me do wako kumasiaba. Metre air 310 kilometers. Into Winnie how. Obet to me so the 3 hours fast charger. I charge and I'm an full. Bonama, no kumasiaba. Say no. Me try the akano. Giomi. Nia won key. Make sure the key in the bell. Wow, washes in the interior on the tiana. Black and white, papa. Son of FSN. Why screen tinting? A bomber who cano battery aka. Never who mileage in so. When so the a 320 kilometers and sana was our charge. Ubet me a charge in 6 hours. Fast charger 3 hours. I bear for a few so. Ubet me a driving in 3 modes. A year standard, sports, and now say economy. So what pentem to say me yanum choose sports was it. Ubet me to qualify hakokubase. I'm a battery ni biswaka because a 320 kilometers. Who charging in 6 hours, ubet me in your full battery. Now when you fast charge and swap 3 hours per your set. Making sure so okay in the car when you saw walking. Ubi a door na start. Chili Joby, black and white. Makuma swat. Man san cow dear. You checking the akano. Yeah, no. I bet for the animal back on you. The awiniano key. Making sure the key in the band when you saw walking. We no effing. Let a woman sit down. A grey ni your ma would me no. The any hakakra, any the mood. As also was squeeze me no. Wait, and more information and we are can win. As a best bonum papa, your friend entertainment, the awihiano, ane. And that's over to me so driving in 3 modes just like the others. Standard. I say sports. So open tema. Car way so. A bet to me to Kwaya Kokumasiaba. 330 kilometers. Which I would crowd to make Jesse so no one kakra and Sandu. Who charging the 6 hours, sir? No. So bet to me so charging 3 hours. If I no fast charge. You know KFM Limited, and they are big just so. Fraying, the immune sankan the intentem. So open installments, a high purchaser, and train one nasi. We've got you solid. Yanume, on Sabechimia Fidie Mubia, and KFM Limited. On Sabeke Fidie no what Chiano kakra. Wait, unyano bebia, a KFM Limited. Fraying, ever sort out.
Yo, I'm for and I am Makwaba at the bar, a KFM musical shopper. The Tosum, you know, who free a Kumasa Macom that Damono, a sunny at the bar at Dumino, Sabran Udu, a Sambra Junction, Sambra Hotel, Quantana Sope. Now shop on any Sambra Hotel and the Dinja anymore. The free Sambra Hotel, a sunny at the cop, Nankane and Hagan Hono, Anne, a hot and a KFM musical shop. The Tosum, you know, yet be no fofro. Now the air can say, if you dear papa a timiche, the Odia sorry, the Ode Gro Agro Ahudo, Tuma de Bia Woody over here a young the musical instrument piano, a KFM into a sea. Ghana Muntie. Asante mai muntie eye KFM musical shop ana sabre ya bie no foforo mu no chan ewo Prempeh the 2nd Street wo free old man come down na wo sane ede ko adum no ane udu Sambra Hotel kwantane so na wa dane on sani faso oho ana KFM musical shop yi ewo ye ne Sambra Hotel ana ehwe animo ye twan abrebia
jina mese se may I proud and I say may you jar. Me free. Kumasi Edun KFM instrument store. Obi bisa sa se bomen fo dia what to no woni see that. What dey near my papa? E jina woni na what to no say yes. What to no? Bibi aka wakoma. Ni nyina free KFM instrument store Kumasi Edun. Se mi jina ho na me to no ma bitimi nya ho me ka fi se fi papa mu anim na mi jina no. Ubetro yeko ma ya do se kana twananka kanau ensamfu ayi
Sanson da se mo akwa ba biem e wo KFM TV enyume no nsia kase no eso yɛda se ye pa ekwaje aboafo onom kra to oguso aka ye ho kai national suma ye sabe fonten time fidie ne wo so live KFM TVGH on Facebook and YouTube okọ ha betimi nya ye won fra memo ye to ansem ne so ena nwumre etimi dia ma odia ye ko ye ewutu senya east mensini no wo finfin mantemu ka so ane ne potemu na mrahye bedwani owo ho eye maame Felix na call you okuno waba be kasa wo kire bi se ne uba ne bia ye ho no ma street light no ho nsem na akwakoye bibie enye adwuma ade se esum se ekabi na oni mpanyifo kasa ye omoye hihye ekeka ne mabo mu no wo mo chese sika no sombo be se 10 million Ghana cedis ne nya sa street lights ahodo asese ni nyina ye betimi akeka bom bia ye amana science so etimi ejina na namo so ebiem ne nsem no a ode to dwa no eni.
When the technical team from the roads came here, they made mention of stalls, containers, sitting on their main equipment or the operational equipment or their motor. And from their assessments, it would take us about 10 million Ghana to fix that thing. Personally, I would also write to the regional command office so that they can know particular areas they can deploy their people to. Then we can also enforce it with some task force to also augment with the security.
Eusia mesansem ne so etimi edi amawa na me say kon munya for Sam na ate George na kache ne nseme ebobo ba yedom kuma ne kire senke be ya yempa mo no wankasa yie ne honkro no ba no enedue ye onmunya for Charles suako oredu kane no no na ye ehwe yakwentro ho ensem so ene honkro no bo no so aba be kasa ne nsem o kanyina no a ode mane mo nuya for Sam George ni nyina ne senke be ya ora no wonsua kasa sanse ne numa asem bi obegina monten o kan no na ensem fatenhye nyunyam kra
Minister ni senya ahonde be gina ho ka se yembo nsem ma no mo sakọ kosia mo oba friends Joy aha oni Evans means akoye interview ma Evans bisa no question ka che Evans ma den school na akoye ana school akoye anche obrofo won Minister of State ayato abama o president hwensema okeka also gina TV so ka se yen minority for na ye work sa committee no so no yen ba meetings na ye ba meetings so kra ye say ye incompetent a whole minister asema yakoka ene say asema ye kan ya minister ni DM ewo TV so ene say oh ye de minister ye de anka ye de minister anka the way we share Ghana for be share omo boni ade nyama nkoye no anka be pa ye chow na anka yemfa ye entu ye minister said di atem o say ye incompetent and so wow sir ene na eba ye odia enti no baby ye dui ye de ne can say we share the president of Ghana the way otie the way okasa ni demeanor we share me nua Stuttgart so MP she ni demeanor akwesi she the way Stuttgart okasa
o kam na ko ise
o de me she the way Stuttgart
o kam na ko ise
akwesi she the way
emotional blackmail
akwesi she the way Stuttgart otie she ni demeanor she the way okasa minister ni begina ho na say NDC national chairman say dun ketia oka wo TV say Sam George the way okasa no kasa ye kai say we are minister of state we are cabinet minister it is only Ghana for kasa aho brasiem bra ohwase na tumi enda hoda ase dun ketia krokai okay so minister ni sorry no kasa we bisa no question krapa na what to told them out yes minister say na aba be dia o man penye John Dramani Mahama yesro sa papa we nsu onse emfata se obedi wechi se usuaf
Busia ye to aso ewo ye galam se nkomo twetwe an ne due ye course no na enumu na ye Catholic Bishop Conference omo panyi ba kwa ono so da no be kasa ya wo kire senke be ya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wonuma wo mo wa ban mu no mo wodin pa ya ye be chi omo se omo utu efom agudie no enka on form monye example na ni obi tie kire no no so ba be ye bia we hu se bia so mesi a wono ewa aban mu wo mre mu na wo nanim wo sa kwan ne so ayetimi di so twen kesiesie ama ne de ene wono a wanyo obi ade so ni mu asabi se ne mra ne bedi no ebetimi aboa ama obi obetu sa na mo no sabio Tafracho de nyansa kakra ebetu.
President, respectfully I rise on behalf of the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference, listening to your presentation today, especially from the Honorable Minister and our soldier from Nemos. We acknowledge that something good is happening. However, we, as you know us, will continue to be consistent voice of truth to your administration, just as we've done to many other administrations. So permit me to read a few lines to you. We'll be submitting ours to you also.
Please go ahead.
In the name of God and on behalf of the good people of Ghana who voted for you, we urge you, Your Excellency, to provide the following: clear benchmarks that will trigger a state of emergency, visible prosecution of kingpins, including those named in official reports, the establishment of promised fast-track courts, measurable performance indicators for local authorities and security services, protection for communities and traditional leaders who resist galamsey, alongside accountability for those complicit. Your Excellency, credibility is now as important as policy. Our people must see that no one is above the law and that economic expediency cannot outweigh the sacred right to clean water, safe food, and a healthy environment. We are with you in this fight, and so we beg of you and we urge you to act with courage and moral clarity. Delay is to raise complicity in what is fast becoming an ecocidal tragedy of monumental proportions. Our house is on fire. Let us put it out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bishop.
Free Sansem ni mo na yen dan ni nkopie mu ohumesua ensemo na ye mrahebedwani ma de hia wono mo odotobri abacho mpesra so ye mranim ni Anthony Mie wono na ene migina na kashi sisia na bra mofra ne ba betro ye BEC in sohwe no ene ode ye boshe bebre na negu akwemu de ma wo mo a ne nsem okan nyina ne se ubi en sohwe no ebeba na chinsunsanso no wenya aggregate 6 ekosi 15 no ene ono ankasa beboa waka de ye trunk chop box ne ho nkro no ba ebetimi aboa ma nto aso suko apese wokọ no bibi etimi ewie mudie no obeye ne sa pepepe ne nedua en sohwe ne chinsunsanso aba no ene ode osia yo ukọ ne mpotemu ene ne mpeswa ne so a emofra bebre na ne tro en sohwe no ne kowi ase ne mu beye se edioson sia 60 eye 76 ena no metimi atro apase wo sa kwan ne so a eya aggregate 6 ekosi aggregate 15 no menya no sa kwan ne so ne dua me no kase bosha wo hyeye no wode osie ayo yo a wakọ akopie mu a wakoya adoye fefefe edi ama omunya sa aggregate na omo chese omo fantra so onso aso suko no ma bibia no entimi enkoye na bra okoye donation ne ho nkro no ba ne wieye no eye mranim ni wogina asimpie ni apaso munya for Anthony Mie odotobri abato mpeso aso mra hyebedwani odinsembebre na ena etudwa yeto aso edi ama
se ne na enim no adesua eho hia pa o man bia wa mawania ko adesua ho no obre Manchester Central se be yi a ene ne sinipin se adesua enti me hu se ye mofra no ade a omuwo pe no so ombesua ade na ehia very important say ye stakeholders ayaka particularly mpanyinfo a Manchester Central yes we dey for the same into this whole gesture ye dey be appreciating for no ye dey be share for no in crime say na American o program na se no enye we nko ene ye once I be who say o the desire o peka no when je adesua ho no ye me responsibility ye be hwe ye be so ase na watimi akọ nwa wie aba be ye panyimpa aba be boa ye na ya tre Ghana man no. And it is not just at this level of JHS graduates area and even at the tertiary level there are government scholarships, there's assistance from office of the MP and the account. And you know it's a holistic approach. You may be able for some corporate deba. And you know, and then so the best school, your board mabaso. So and your board the best students. Abaso. Here manins we have a teachers appreciation program. If I'm mock for the 2 levels, which is BC mock, WASI mock, and all the Asha Sierra. The Ebe say, Yeba, Shemukina. Young manins to say science, the idea, and whom you are. The percent, yes, so Yenya, and in the for her, Omba pursue science at the higher level. And maybe introduce science competition. So that's here. And in conjunction with the Ministry of Education and as Education Directorate, you might be able to all to support and strengthen the education system in the senior city. Of course, there were a lot of deficits about your infrastructure, Musua, and also no, the Busua, year 2 1 or more. The AWR can say you will be over MP more than to me. I have to team up with my DC and they have resolve a problem. I would have to reach out to other organizations, individuals, philanthropic groups, and government institutions, including GMPC and the GET Fund. And it is a holistic approach. But Nina bottom line, and they say, "Mehu say a do say ya this one, a bit shemukina. Send your bear, your mofano, even your son faso. Send your bear, the ultimate beneficiary will be your district, and Ghana as a whole."
Honorable Yeshe and Nabasubode ya there, because a man.
Ebusia inti ye guswa wasa ensem ni mo na bro munyanfo Anthony Mashebedweni odotobri kaseri epe ene ye district director of education e wa Mansi Essential munyanfo ameyawo wono so e de nsem bebre na etu dwase.
No, I have schools do was anyway. 51 DHS. Yeah, schools are womo etimi yard there pa na I think 20 kura womu. If you want a honor and person asema a wobeka e dey attract teachers for no. E na titu plan say on patwate ma asem na ase. Obi say ye hwa schools so wa ha no say nke ye nya akura na 51 kwa ko bi akura me mienu na asema akoma. Esa mo schools no bebre ho no ma we mo ntimi ayede anya entino that time share schools so wa ha no say e 51 but then ye hwa awards ya e ba ha ya awards enipa schools so munya ya kwa no mu ndu 20 ye e de ba se na abeka e de akyere fo mu ho no e na school fo nkola aso a wo mu so esua de o se na be ya nka ye hu ye na nka bia anya bi na nka de me diala ya kan say awards actually idea eba betra anka you say a course 75 85 and so February na be one dia saka anunti me nam sakwen so share acheche foni na nkran say waye wo ho boa mo fran kakra bi a na mo fran so eyi na obo ho modin a on so etimi enya best grace ama enka say ye kan schools be 51 grades no and at least school ya ma e we look at the wala bewa dan so enkola no enuru etimpo engineer ye kan say achefo no enyere wo
engineer o mesia ensem so e na ye ndan ye ba ye to aso e we dwedie ensem Science and some nesu ejedi ensemo emfa ma odia ye call Ghana Grid Company Limited Michelle Grid Co wonum akache ne dwe omo de nsem bia ba betu bedwema omo nsem omo kenyina ne say ye akosombo nkoko transmission line no ade se omo dwumadie ni hihye mu no sene ebo adwuma fa no omo ba beyi de afiri mu no 161 kV no omo ba beyi afiri ni nyina na ehya ase October bosome ni de etoso num akwa akosi October bosome ni de etoso edunnan ni nyina no eba beboa ama eye Kumasi Accra highway a omo eye no ometimi ayeye omo tretre kwan ni mu a ni nyina no ehu behia ye se nkania no mutimi yi bi firi mu se be nkofo yele eni atore nchen bia no entimi emba na ye Ghana Highways Authority womo na hye omo nsase omo ye sa adwumedie ne hyehyɛ ya agricofo nso ede ho nsɛm no aba betu dwa nti we no omo te ben sa mpotem ho no womo de ye kokobɔ na ekwa omo se bie bedu sa abre no October bosumi ni de tosu num kosi October bosumi ni de tosu di 9 no ekoba se mu hu niema ne sakraye bi ewo sa bia e ofa nkane ne ho nkro no ba na wehu se enye bo apayo na emom no eye dwumadi a omudi wo ho no ene nam so a etimi akwa akoba ne so mo san so chrem se adwuma ye fo wo ho a omugiro ma na mo so hwe ani mo so metimi akeka bibia bo se be ye koba se nkane no eho techirema o metimi abansraban mu ntem ahwe ama bibia no etimi akowe nkrata ni mom no mo kwa awie no mo de chel pakese so koma adesha wono mo sa abrono ni so nyina se we die wo mo fa nche omo no mo ne wo mo nko adwunukuru mu san se de mo ye na ya de betimi aboa ama obi aho etimi ato no nti we ni nsema hodo a Greco fonso mo edi aba betudwa ye nyina so ne endan ne ye ba ye ko enigide ensem. Ye to aso enigide ensem de amawa ye ko obibini ho na obibini ye obi a ba na nwum to di mutintim mapa na de wakwadare wom no eye rap inti rap nwum no na ni brani abrano no obo na nwum a wode efa wo sa kwan no eso woni nkofo bi chi atwetwe nkomo a ye nsentwefo a ni nyina no niema hodo no susu dwense enkoye enhwe wo music industry na chese enumu nsem no wode aba ochem se ya saaso ye ho no bibi omo ye bia no endeda na akwan mu ye C1 time bi no mo ye sanse ono hwe adwuma wa ye ene niema pa wakeka bom a waba bidu sampempenso ani din ahyata tretre kona award ba kokora wonya bi wo music industry no chese sa bia ye ho na ankasa ne ho ye fake as ye nimu a na ye di bibi ye ma ase koko football bo no unu eni ma ye mpa so ye nimu a ene ye de sa body ni di brebi e ma no nde wa bo adwuma pa anka wo se sisi apa anka otimi nya award ne ho nkro no ba so besi ne ba kokora ni ho a odan na ni hwe kra be na rechichi nso ene no gina so aka se music industry no e fake nchemu no eni.
Coming from there, child, I've always believed there's some sort of cabal running the system.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't lie to you.
The music industry?
Of course, bro. Of course, bro.
Which cabal is that?
I feel
creative
like
entire industry.
Exactly. I feel like there's that industry and then there is my industry. And my industry is the fans that support me every day.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? I mean, we put in work. I was following your stories. Very interesting, and I mean I can relate because industry is fake, bro. It's fake, bro.
How?
It's fake. I don't know what they want to see in an artist before they'll give him his due.
Say I said no no yenjira so ene ni meno nsi akase e boaboa no ebe somo no ye de ni nyina no be wie ya ansa ne ebe ko ne nsem ne de di mu akotene bi eni enedwe na his excellency John Dramani Mahama woni mpanyifo ekukudam hia ni nyina no na chese nkomotwetwe mu niema hodo a yetimi ye boa ebe fa so ama efom egudie tro galamse no etimi abrase ne nkomotwetwe ne bebre na akoso a yedi mu nsem no ebe dan wo ye bora eye nsem foforo mu a ni nyina no eye na akọ yo no ye ma shebedwani ma de hye no mo eye wutu senya ismensini no wo mfimfim antemu no obekasa o chem say street lights ahodo a asese no sika no so mbo be se 10 million Ghana cedis no mu hia ani nyina no ebetimi aboa man siesie mapa etimi akoso won semfo from eye dwedie no Greek kofo be kasa ya wo mo chese eye akoso mbo nkoko kwan tempo no ene adwumedie ne hihye ba be koso pa nti omo ho no fiti October bosomi ni de toso enum kosi October bosomi ni de toso di 9 no ene kane ahonsem no eho be techima kakra enum nhyemu ne so mede dime eni gide ensem no obibini nso be kasa ya ochese music industry no eye fake pa wa bonwuma agba so award ba kokra no wo munhu ni mobo emma ni bia eno honsem so ye de be dine na ensem afoforo bi no meka we hwa ni nyina ni nhyemu no mede ebro ye kodia ni eda aboafo wono mase talent microfinance dadaba take up and afi KFM musical center said de bia omo boy ye freedom ye sorry so enche bia Enoch Kofi Adadevo for the sports report na ebeba na ye fiada bojaye fiada nso ye ntufo Mr. Omefidie ni da he ya na hwe no why ye be hye bie mo kase ebo kwan so dia na ye adwuada mede usi edi no Afia Fosuah Oduahoma Sresrebidi from Afia Macau.